If you are studying for your California real estate license, you will find that many of the most frequent questions center on the legal boundaries between a broker and a salesperson. To visualize this relationship, think of the real estate broker as the captain at the helm and the salesperson as a crew member on the deck. While you can perform licensed activities with a salesperson's license, operating a brokerage requires moving to the captain's chair. This chain of command dictates how the state assigns liability and determines whom has the legal authority to sign contracts. At the top of the hierarchy sits the broker. They have the legal authority to work independently, own a firm, and receive payment directly from the public for their services. The salesperson, also called an associate licensee, operates as an extension of that authority. They must always work under the direct supervision of a broker to remain in compliance. Consider a transaction where a client wants to pay a commission at the close of escrow. Who can legally accept that payment? Only the broker. A salesperson cannot accept money directly from a client. Their compensation must flow through their employing broker. Property listings follow the same path. A listing agreement signed by a salesperson is legally a contract between the seller and the broker of record. Because the broker holds the license to operate the business, they are the legal party to the money and the contracts. There is a specific distinction between tax law and licensing law that often causes confusion. While you might be an independent contractor for tax purposes, the California Department of Real Estate has a different classification. For licensing purposes, the DRE views every salesperson as an employee of their broker. This structure exists so the state can pinpoint one person who is ultimately responsible for protecting the public from fraud or negligence. Take a case where a salesperson commingles client funds with their personal account. Even if the broker is unaware of the act, the DRE looks at the supervisor. Both the agent and the broker face discipline. The broker is held accountable for a specific violation, failure to supervise. Broker supervision is the state's method for ensuring that the principle of caveat emptor, let the buyer beware, does not leave consumers with recourse. This responsibility extends to corporations. Since a corporation is a legal entity rather than a person, it cannot physically supervise a transaction. To solve this, a corporation must designate a licensed human broker as its broker officer. This individual assumes all legal and supervisory duties for the firm. If that broker officer's license is revoked, the corporation's authority to practice real estate effectively vanishes. Every agent under them must stop working immediately. In any complex scenario, the law traces responsibility back to a specific human broker. Let's distill these concepts into the core facts found in the DRE's guidelines. First, brokers can operate independently, but salespersons are always employees under real estate law. Second, the broker owns the listings and the commissions. If a salesperson makes a mistake, the broker is liable for failure to supervise. Every real estate corporation must have a human broker officer to remain active. Understanding these legal roles clarifies how the state regulates the industry. Take a breath and continue with your study plan.